You already got it under there.
Oh, baby, I got this going on.
You got it going on like Donkey Kong?
Got it going on like Donkey Kong.
All right, well, why don't you catch me up?
Okay, so the float is hollow on bottom. And
Wait, back up. Why is there a float?
well, we need to level our dock out. It's not level. So we put a float in over here to make the winch stand level out. And that float pushed this side up. When you look at our house, it's sitting like this. So we're gonna take this dock here and pick it up, which will, once this levels out, will be good. Then we gotta go to the back because the otters have been going in and taking breaths. And every time they take a breath in the float, they pull a little bit of air out, water comes in, and they did it for a year, so we dropped down in the back. That's my plan.
Why are the otters going up inside the float?
Because they like to take their fish in there and eat them.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. Like sometimes they'll store their fish in there and then it smells as you would think, like rotting fish. So we are indeed officially boatless. As you guys saw last week, we sold our Supreme and we actually wound up selling it to a fella named Brian, if you're watching this, Brian, who is one of our viewers on here, which is pretty cool. He found the boat because of our channel, so that's awesome. We're really excited to pass it on to one of our viewers, and now that we are boatless, we are finally going to get around to some of the house projects that we've been putting off while we were having fun surfing all summer. Yeah, so we've got a lift float here, which most of the floats under our dock, well, pretty much all of them are encapsulated styrofoam. That's how the house floats. But whenever we want to get a new float under there, since we can't lift the house up out of the water, we generally just put a lift float under there. The difference being that it's not styrofoam, it's filled with air. And you can deflate it to put it under there and then re-inflate it to lift it back up. So Brandon's gonna explain how we're gonna do that.
So this big black float, I just filled it full of water and it's got holes in the bottom. Now when I get it where I want it under the dock, I'm gonna take this bottle, stick it in the hole. It's gonna float this hose up into the bottom of this tank. I'm gonna turn this air blower on and put air in it, and it's gonna lift the float up. When the float gets to where we want it, we'll cut the air off, pull the bottle out, and it's done. Bam! All right, so I'm gonna take you down here and show you the hole in the bottom of this float. I think I need to slide it all the way over so it's not picking up the outside edge of the dock.
Okay.
How far are you off from your mark?
Oh, half an inch. We forgot to get a tape measure from the marina, so that's why I'm using this rope to measure if it's even with the other side. Because it doesn't really matter what the measurement is, it just matters that they're the same. So.
Yeah, see that side's higher.
It's like an inch or so higher. Okay, so the lift float did its job, but we feel like it lifted a little too much on the outside where it needed more towards the center, so we're scooching it over. Round two. You can see this thing is huge. Pro tip, use life jackets like a diaper. Work smarter, not harder.
This thing's like holding the Titanic.
Go under there.
Dive straight down, go under this float, look up, turn around, look up, and you'll see in the center there's a hole this big. Put that bottle in that hole.
Okay. There we go.
Look about even?
Yeah, I think so. You can see how much algae is exposed over here, about how much it lifted.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, during all this, somebody's just trying to stay out of the sun, huh? Bless her heart.
We've got to ratchet strap that float in.
Yep. So that when we get wakes, it won't go anywhere. Alright, we gotta do this quick because we got boats going by. We've got some weight going on now. Alright, let's see what we're working with under here. There's the ratchet strap. Okay, I see it.
If you go under the house on the other side,
Like under over here.
yeah, in the middle. Here, I'll go with you.
Yeah, I can get under there. That's where the sewage pipe is.
Oh.
What?
This is all up in the way. We need to get this float over here. Which we need to get this moved.
The reason that this pipe is even here, seeing as it's not attached to anything, it used to go into the septic tank here, and for some reason they vented it with this pipe. They vented the septic tank all the way out to the front of the house where you're hanging out and swimming, so the shit smell was vented straight up to the front porch, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So we noticed that obviously whenever we first moved in, and we were like, yeah, that's gotta go. So we unhooked that pipe, vented a new one out the back instead. So this pipe is useless, but now it's in the way of this float. Okay, I got that scooted over.
Alright.
Okay.
Now take that in there. Grab the end of it and put this under this float.
Okay.
Keep on going, baby, around the corner.
That barely comes out of the water though. Oopsie. This fell in the water.
Huh?
That fell in the water.
Oh,
It really is a simple maneuver. We've done it a few times, and we're just having one thing after another today, huh? Keep on keeping on.
ratchet strap it. Ratchet.
Alright.
We can't run this for a little while. We'll take a break and enjoy our sunshine.
Alright. Well, while we're in the water, might as well show you guys some other areas under the house. Areas of interest. You can see our cable coming out, which goes all the way down to our anchor here. that's sitting, you know, in under 100, 150 feet of water, depending on the time of year. You can't see it, but it's there. We come around the side here, and we do not like to clean the algae off our floats, for the record, because it's good for the fishies. Brings lots of minnows, brings the bigger fish, better chances that we can just successfully fish off our porch. So here in the back of the house, we've got our water line, which goes all the way down, tees off at the other houses, and then ultimately goes to the marina. But here's what it looks like. And then you guys probably saw earlier the septic tank in the back that we were talking about. Not going to stay back here too long because it's a little stinky, because we got our vent here in the back of the house where it should be. But yeah, this is our septic tank. There's 2 lift floats around it that you can see the orange ratchet straps. Phew. Alright, let's go. Stop it. Alright, it's working.
You can turn the smear on.
Not working.
Huh?
What?
Crank the generator up, baby.
I'm going to.
Oh, God.
Oh, we're done yet?
You are so blind.
As a reminder, this was because of, you know, the otters going up in a little hole and breathing. Took air out of the back of the house. So we're adding that air back into the back of the house, lifting it up a little bit so that it doesn't sit quite as low. Exactly. Beautiful dolphin dive. 10 out of 10. Here we go, second side, even it out. Ready? Lift off. Well, if you like it, I like it.
Baby, you only like it because you just want to lay in the sun.
Is that a problem? I mean, does that make me crazy, or who wouldn't? Alrighty then. That, my friends, is how you level out a floating house. Listo. What do you think?
I just think we saved ourselves from having to get in the water in wintertime.
It's true. Last year we put it off way too long.
Which I'd definitely let you get in the water in the winter to do that.
Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet of you.
Really, it doesn't matter if it's level or not. That's just a personal preference.
Aesthetics. Helps out when you lose your marbles.
Yeah, as long as your marbles don't all roll in the same direction.
Yep. She has not moved. That's a wrap, you guys. See you next week.